Please listen to this message for you. It's from the groups of Phase 5 Record Show. When someone said we need to spread the news, we decided to share it through a song. Black crime, white crime, stop the dealing, stop the killing. It's time to kick that devil out your mind. Black crime, white crime, stop the dealing, stop the killing. It's time to kick that devil out your mind. Wake up, let's unite. 'Cause our lives matter. Rise up, protect your rights. 'Cause our lives matter. Stand up, let's unite. 'Cause our lives matter. Rise up, protect your rights.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stephen Jones with Rock in the Valley, and it is the Wake Up, Rise Up weekly show where we are going to be interviewing all the different people that are involved with the Wake Up, Rise Up Global Peace Concert. That's going to be aired in September, on September 21st in 2022. Tonight, we have Calvin Weaver, right? Calvin Weaver with, there's about 4 Calvins, and I get your last name screwed up. But anyway, Calvin.
Remember, leave it to Beaver, and you got Weaver. You good?
Okay. You're with the you're with the Houston.
Yeah, I'm in Houston, Texas.
Houston, with the Houston, Texas. You know, like behind you is these big bull horns, and it's
You mean Chokeston? Chokeston. We always choke in the NFL, so
okay.
We don't go anywhere.
Now, is it true that you go down there and that you can get like a 32-ounce steak?
Yeah.
One of the places.
Yeah. It's called a porterhouse.
Oh wow! I can imagine eating that much steak. 2 pounds. Wow.
It's good.
Now, tell me, honestly, what's the right way of getting that? Medium well, raw?
Me, I like it medium. Perfectly pink in the middle. So.
My brother used to get them, so they were still twitching, and I thought, you're gross. So,
and my mom was pretty much slap the horns off, throw it on there for a second, take it off. She likes it rare. I'm like,
and I have a friend that lives down there in Texas, and you and a bunch of people. Nice, if you don't eat steak, you can't come to Texas. But I mean, I am such a fish and chicken person. I eat some meat, some red meat. It doesn't agree with me, so I don't eat a whole lot of it.
Right.
So it just doesn't. My idea of red meat is the mystery meat he gets from some of the fast food places. So.
Yeah, no telling what that is nowadays.
You don't know. The one smells like dog food. But anyway, it does. It's bad, man. I don't know.
In Philadelphia, y'all got my favorite food, Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, my God, yeah. Now, do you know, if you come up here, there's a place, and this is going to end up being a plug for them on the show here. And they're not even paying for it, but it's a place called Pudge's over on 203. Okay, I think it is. Out in Norristown. Every time I'm down Philly, I gotta stop at Pudge's. I do, and I stop in there all the time. I'm telling you, Calvin, the cheesesteaks are like this long. They got 2 pounds of meat in the thing. Okay, that's like I guess your big 32 ouncer. Okay, and enough cheese to goo up anything. Lots of sauce.
It sounds like my kind of sandwich.
Oh, and it's got fries on this. The fries are falling off the plate. Okay, and it completely ruins your diet. They're so good. Well, last time I bought one, it was like $18.
Right.
So anyway, that
you can come down here. You're gonna go there and get an awesome, perfectly made steak. Best steaks in the town. So Hop Ross Steakhouse.
Oh my God, I have to ask Chris about that too. I gotta get brave. You know what's funny? Here I am. I'm 61, and I've never flown ever. I've never been in an airplane. So if I gotta come down there and go on that, either I got a long ways to drive.
One time, never again.
Oh, you flew only one time?
Yeah, from Houston to Las Vegas and back. So that was it. And it wasn't even go to gamble. It was for a business meeting. So
well, we're going down a rabbit hole here, but my buddy Chris flies all over the place because he's in a band and they run the circuit, the Southern Circuit down there. So they're anywhere from Las Vegas all the way into Nashville. So
Right on.
it's about music, it's about spreading the love and that kind of thing. So let's
Crazy.
get ourselves back on track here. You're off the Houston stage. You got a whole bunch of people coming on there. What got you involved with Wake Up Rise Up?
Well, about 5 years ago, it started for me here in Texas. I had no idea about them at the time. I was, starting to get into promoting independent scene and stuff. And I came across a little video from a band in Indonesia. The band's name is Dreamer, the N Fighters, Dreamer and Fighters. They're original and a rock cover band out of Indonesia. And dude, they will blow your socks off. But anyway, the video, the one and only video they do in their language, at the beginning of the video, it said, "We need to stop end war before war ends us." And it shows a little girl shaking soldiers' hands, American soldiers, and their own soldiers, like, let's live in peace. So 5 years now down the road, I'm still promoting that band. We talk religiously every day, and it's like we're family, but we've never met in person. But every day religiously, I'm the United States promoter. So about backtrack 2 years ago, when COVID hit, I was already networking. I was building organizations, getting radio shows like yourself, music review shows, other promotion companies, management companies, bringing them all together as one big music unity to work together, and telling them we're spreading the word of peace. So with that being said, I started saying, when I met the band, bringing unity in the community to eliminate hate through the power of music. As music's the universal language of the human race, and we're all one and the same. There's a little of all of us in each of us. And I've said that almost religiously every day, 5 years now. So in 2020, when COVID hit, they were blaming here in Texas, they were blaming it was all live music venues and bars and things like that, festivals, that the spread of COVID was spreading so bad. So there was a band called Seventh Day Slumber, it's a Christian rock band, doing a tour called the Freedom of Rock Tour in 2020. So I brought them to our water park here in town, and we showed that we can have 6 feet away, have a good time, and still live through this. It's not going to affect us. So why shut down? So with that being said, we continued on to the road to the World Peace virtual concert. I decided to do it virtually since they closed all the venues down. And then I stumbled upon one of, I think it was Douglas Payne's, one of his posts about, it was promoting the Wake Up, Rise Up song. And then I saw, Unite in Peace on September 21st, 2021. And I had picked September 21st, 2021. Neither one of us had no idea we were doing the same thing. I'm in Texas and he's in Philadelphia. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be brave. I sent him a message and they picked up the phone and called me. So, and now here 2 years later, we're doing it. They're doing a second one, and I get to be a part of the second one. So
wow, I didn't know you guys even planned to do a second one. I knew there was another group of people doing another concert. I wasn't aware that you were guys, but well,
it originally started before I was doing a World Peace concert. It was called Texas Strong Music United Festival. Okay. The plan was to fly Dreamer and Fighters from Indonesia to Texas, get a band from each state, come to Texas, because Texas is big, we got in the heart of Texas and we're all strong. So everybody unite in Texas, right, from a band from halfway around the world in unity in the name of peace. Texas Strong Music United was born. So, so 3 years in the making of working on that. All right, I'm getting closer to COVID hits. So, all right, we're going to do it virtually. And then, bam, lead up 2 years later to Doug and Carmen Bryant, Phase 5 Records. So
it's neat. I like that.
It was paths cross for a reason, man. So
I'll tell you. I mean, I've repeated my story a few times, and eventually, I'm gonna actually probably interview myself. But how I got involved was a comedy of errors. Okay, and one
of the techs get sick, right, and had to like 9 days to go to get it done, right?
Right. I was just a tech person submitting a video on a different stage, and there was a falling out of sorts between some people, and I happened to be talking to them, and I was just a technical person, and they said we need you to do that because, of course, of what I do with Rock in the Valley, and they need someone to broadcast it because the person who was supposed to broadcast it became very ill, and they asked if I would do it, and I don't know what the order of this is, but you've heard of Sean Tonks.
Yeah, and Phase 5 Records UK,
Great
right?
guy. Yeah, and
He's the Phase 5 in the United Kingdom, right?
he's over in the United Kingdom, and I talked to him, and because of his skill level, I thought I can do this. If it wouldn't have been for him having
Sean's great. You know, when
his stuff, and I as a lone person coming in with 9 days before the actual broadcast, I knew I could straighten it out, but there's no way I could do the whole enchilada in one shot. So I knew he could do it, and between the two of us, I knew we could put it together.
See, I had actually met Sean last year leading up to the first one. I was already planning to do it before I just met Doug and Carmen and Doug. What was it? Probably 6 months before. It was probably, so March of last year, 6 months before the actual event. And I already had organizations, you know, speaking of falling outs, you know, it happens. I didn't get to be a part of last year because the whole deal was we're doing this for the cause, not for money, not for any of that. It's for the reasoning, and everybody's on board with it. You know, several radio organizations. But when it came the time to call and go to bat, I didn't have any batters for the technical part. Yeah. So that's where, and then I stumbled across them. I was stressing. I was like, okay, we got it. But they were trying to figure out how to put it together, and I had it together. I just didn't have the way to do it, the technology and everything. That's where it worked out perfect. Yep. And then who backed out on me would have been tremendous for my artists, and I was not going to put the musicians in a bad situation for a great cause. So, you know, I respectfully called them and let them know, hey, I can't do it this year, but I will promote you, I will support you, and I will be back for the second one.
Oh, this is an awesome year. They've yelled at me a couple of times. When I say yelled, it's in love. But it was
heartbreaking to tell them that it was hard. But I wanted to be honest. I wasn't going to put anybody in a situation where it would go bad. So
you gotta get the stages up. I mean, you know, I'm getting stages up, and I'm also doing this, and I got a couple other things going on at the same time, and it's a lot to get going. And musicians are asked to do a lot for nothing, and they get.
But here's the thing: I do a lot for the musicians for nothing. I don't charge. I don't promote. I don't charge to promote them. I barter with them, but I do it religiously, and that way, when I do ask, they have no problems doing it for me. So it's great. And I love the fact that Doug and them are trying to focus on the gun violence, because in Houston every day.
Oh, you got trouble.
I mean, it's pretty much, that's all it is on the Houston news. There's a gun shooting in an apartment. Next bit of news, same segment, the 30-minute news. All you hear is about gun shootings.
Yep. I know you guys got down there bad. And let me ask the question. I mean, knowing a little bit about Texas, you guys get open carry down there pretty. I mean, people walk around, as far as I'm getting it. You guys.
Oh yeah, they passed it. Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable in some places, but you know.
Yeah.
But not everybody really abuses that part. You know, the guns ain't the guns that are bad. It's the bad people using the guns. You know, there's too many bad people now, and that's what we need to reduce. Turn that negative effect of a good thing into a very positive thing, you know, and make it safe. You know, it's supposed to be for a safety measure only. Guns protect ourselves, and it's being misused, you know, the wrong way. So,
how would you? What would be one of the first things? There's a thought process here, because we've done it up here. Pennsylvania is a huge hunting state. You know, when we even give the kids off the day after Thanksgiving, you know, to go hunting. And people say, "Why are you getting that day off?" Because the kids go out hunting. And what would you say? And I'll get into what Pennsylvania does. But what would you say be good down there in Houston, in Texas, to help alleviate the problem? What in your opinion, what would be good?
I mean, just basically, it really. It really is all starts with our youth. You know what I mean? With the kids, it's what we teach them nowadays. I mean, really, I mean, it is. I mean, if you're taught to hate, you're gonna hate. You know what I mean? It's gonna be in you, and some people overcome it, some people don't. But if your brain, basically, it's when I say brainwashed into that way, you know, like there's an artist, Tom McDonald, he's from Canada, but he lives in North. He's an independent artist, and he's a hip hop artist that exposes the tyranny and the lies and the highs of the government. And he even states, you know, they didn't need jail cells anymore. They gave us cell phones, and you know, we're in jail without bars. You know, they can track us where we go. They can do whatever. And look at all the kids today; they're all locked into that. So if we can tone down the brainwashed cell phone talk, you know what I mean, and focus more back on like family oriented, doing things together, you know, the kids would take things more seriously and would actually get more knowledge, you know, focused on them. You know what I mean?
Well, that's pretty much where I was, you know, hoping you'd go with this, because you see, back when I was in what would be considered now middle school, we called it junior high. We actually had rifle club. They taught kids how to use rifles. Okay, kids, rifles. I mean, that concept today is unheard of.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't heard that. I mean, I was born in '78, and I haven't heard that probably since the '90s.
Yeah,
I really haven't.
I was born in '61, and you know, the mid '70s, early '70s, I was in junior high, and we had a rifle club, and kids were sitting there with loaded guns, blowing away targets down in the basement of the junior high. You know, and you know, I shot my first gun when I was about 8 years old. It was a double barrel shotgun, and I pulled off both barrels at the same time, and I knocked myself on my butt.
And I did about the same thing. And that's when I said, no, I'm not using these things.
Yeah.
So I don't use guns, period.
That was the day I learned how to fly.
You know, I like the old fashioned way, hunting, like they used to before guns was invented. You know, that was actually being human and being, you know, the cycle of life, the circle of life, you know, the prey, you know, we bows and arrows and spears, but I'm not saying we should go back to that, but I'm just saying it taught discipline. You know what I mean? You had to be focused, you had to be careful, you know, you wasn't careless or you wouldn't get your food.
Right.
So.
Well, the culture up here was essentially, you know, my grandfather would go out and hunt for deer and whatever, you know, that my parents.
Oh, my dad was a religiously deer hunter here.
Yeah.
So,
you know, so it was years before my mother finally got her first piece of beef. You know, that was something they had to go into town and was special.
hey, venison is great.
Yeah, it is. Well, kind of, but my kids don't agree. I stuck a piece of venison on them, and boy, to this day they remember that. But, you know, guns have been part of our culture, and since we first landed here, you know, our people landed here, and you know, it's I'm not saying somebody who's an anti-gun person, they're gonna say, well, we don't need them anymore. That's what the, you know, our military is supposed to take care of. And I'm not really here to debate that. What I'm here to debate is,
I mean, the world would be better off with no things to blow each other up with.
oh, that
would. But
watching the Ukraine doing what they're doing right now, I'm forced to agree. I mean, why do we need nuclear weapons? I mean, I can see a good use for them by knocking an asteroid out so it doesn't blast into the
I'm about to say, I'm one of them guys, but you think we're the only one on the third rock from the sun? I don't know. But we won't go there. That's a different
that's another. All I'll tell you is this: I had talked to a friend the other day, yesterday. He and I had this long conversation about what he believes the pyramids actually are. Okay, and for all my viewers out there, if you feel like commenting on this one, go for it, because he had some good theories, and there's a lot of stuff you sit back and think, you sure about this, you know? And then we got all these other weird things that goes on. So, you know, Carl Sagan, and boy, we're off the track here, but that's okay. Carl Sagan said that if we venture out, we better have our stuff together, because whoever we meet is going to be a lot better than we are. And this ain't going to be like Russia hitting Ukraine or China versus us. It's going to be.
Well, that's why it's important. We need to end war before war ends us.
Yeah,
like that video said, you know, and it's great that we're focused on this, because now it's a time for an independent artist, if they really want to step up and make a statement with their music and put it out there and show how music can touch people. And music saved my life 20 years ago when my daughter passed away. So I understand how powerful music can be, and there's a lot of artists that are overlooked independently that have that kind of focus in their music and have a message for people that would be a very positive effect. So this is a chance for the independent artists worldwide, no matter where you're from, to get aboard with this and present yourself in a very positive way, and
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to do, because here's the cool part. And we mentioned this earlier in the show here. I'm the guy who's going to be broadcasting and directing this thing as it's going out. And I'm in a very unique position where I'm going to get a chance to see every single stage, providing I can stay awake through the whole.
I'm going to be up 24 hours with you. Don't worry.
My friend, the way it's going now, we're looking at 48.
Hey, you know what?
Break out the caffeine.
I've been doing TikTok broadcasts where I bring an independent artist on, and I'm talking about Wake Up, Rise Up, and it's growing. And I'm doing 3 to 4 hours broadcasts at a time, like me hosting live. And
let's share some broadcasts, because I'll take some content and we'll go back and forth with some stuff again.
Well, there's the thing. I'm going to cordially invite all the stage hosts. This is what we're calling the Road to the World piece, or the Wake Up, Rise Up concert series, show series. Okay. Each stage can be able to come on the show and talk about their artists, present themselves, and spread the word more, so that way we know it's going to go around the clock, where to watch, where to see you. So
that'd be cool. All right, well, it's going to take some coordination on your part, but we're going to do this. We are going to knock this thing out. It's going to be a great show, and maybe you might want to get in on the tech crew, so we know where everything's going.
But you have to show me how to use that stuff. Once you show me how to use it, I can run with it, but I couldn't tell you how to do it.
The learning curve on OBS, I've been using it for about 6 years, and I'm still not getting it right. And the reason you don't get it right all the time is because it's a constant thing. Just go up to OBS, do a search on OBS, go to its main page, and start reading.
Right.
And start playing.
Well, I just know that we create the playlist and make it simple as a simple playlist. We can load that playlist segment at a time. That way you're not constantly loading, So
it's not
that way.
OBS doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Well,
no, it's a number of. We'll talk on a tech group about that, because we do need to get into that. But for now, Calvin, it's been great talking with you, and we're going to see your stage. I'm looking forward to seeing your peoples.
And there's one more thing I want to add.
Sure, go ahead. And also, I want your not your email, your address of your podcast. Those addresses too.
All right. And I just wanted to send a special shout out to Doug and Carmen for opening their arms and allowing us to still be a part of the Wake Up, Rise Up, Live for Peace concert. We're gonna really, I think it was you in the forum that said, there's more to us than we realize. We're going to be a bigger voice, and we're going to get the people are listening. Because I'm seeing more and more people talk about positive vibes. Because I'm always saying positive vibes equals positive lives through the power of music and unity. So where you can find that out, the show series is on TikTok. The handle is _the letter R _ #1 _CW. We are 1CW. And you'll definitely recognize it, because it will have the Wake Up, Rise Up flyer for September 21st, 2022. So
excellent. Okay, so that's our show for tonight. We have got Calvin Weaver here with CW. Okay,
CNW Music Promotions. Yes.
CNW Music Promotions. Thank you very much, sir, for being on with us. Stay tuned every Sunday night. Here we have the Wake Up, Rise Up weekly show, and talking to somebody who's involved with the Wake Up, Rise Up Global Peace Concert. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve Jones. Have a great night.
Please listen to this message for you. It's from the groups of Phase 5 Record Show. When someone said we need to spread the news, we decided to share it through a song. Black crime, white crime, stop the
17. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sins, and will heal